And we're away in this sevens competition. So, ball's kicked down, taken by the Harlequeens captain down there. And great run around the outside. Good passing out there to Rebecca Davies, who's got a bit of space. Finds, I think, Lydia Attrell on the outside, but well tackled into touch there by Ali McCarthy from Easts. So, good running play to start this by Harlequeens. But Easts were, cover defence was up to it. So, just waiting for Josie Mason to get in there. So East throw the ball in, and it's taken well. Ball's popped out, and they're on the front foot now. So some good hard running there from Caitlin Scott. Great rucking there from, counter rucking there from Quinns. Ball comes back around, just running a bit sideways, but in a good position, and a great little pop off the ground there. So East doing a good job to cover, just need to make sure they stay on their feet when they hit the... Oh, Josie Mason with the intercept. If they don't get it here, she'll be away. If she finds Attrell outside, she's got a bit of pace, Attrell, and she's around. She'll score under the posts. So, well done there. Josie Mason pouncing on that loose ball as that pass came out. Yeah, pass just didn't quite hit its target from the East players. No conversion made. This pass here just didn't quite get to where it needed to go. Which puts Harlequins on the board. So not the start that East would have wanted there. Did a good job of securing the ball and rucking it up a few times, but sadly for them in that situation, they were unable to maintain possession. And Mason, who's an experienced player, been playing for a few years, is onto it. So the kick comes back. It's a good kick there. Gets in behind the East players. That tap's gone backwards. That's been tapped back inside by the East player. So we should see a line out to Harlequins inside their attacking 22. And we'll see it where the kick's gone out, okay. Roberts with the throw in for the Queens from Harlequeens. Just directing the players, where do you want to go? She wants her to go back a bit further. These guys will get a great lift on Mason. And she's up. Nice throw. Pops it straight down to Roberts, who goes wide. And Harlequeens are out in space. So a great straightening run after the loop there from Conway, and steps off a left and is around. Nice little left-handed fend. And scores next to the post. So two quick ones to Harlequeens. Very experienced campaigner, Conway, as the coach of Harlequeens. She's played rugby for, and yes, hits the post and bounces through. Nice one. She's played some rugby for the Melbourne Rebels in women's Super Rugby a few years ago, and I know she spent some time over there recently playing in the Aon Sevens, I think, too. So East are going to have to pounce on her if she gets the ball, because she's going to be very dangerous if they don't make those first up tackles. And kicks the other side this time. Taken by East, well taken on a nice bounce. And good running, but good tackling out there too. So looking at Attrell, who's been busy so far with a try and some good defence. East running forward. It's a good little wraparound play there. The ball's knocked down by Harlequins, but East managed to get it. Need to counter ruck and pop it back. Nice work. So, oh, great fend out there, but good tackle on the jumper there by the Harlequins player. Now it's been a turnover. So ball ends up with Roberts. Lost there, and I think in the end taken out over the line by East. So some good play here. Great tackling. East player there got dumped to the ground pretty well in a nice solid tackle. Bit of a slinging tackle. And I think she just needs a little bit of attention on the sideline. So just pausing here while we have the line out. Just this tackle here, you can see. It was actually well done to grab onto the jumper, and then the bit of the sling landed on the ball. That's always going to hurt. And we'll come back and see the line out. So Harlequeens go wide. Again, Conway wrapping, and she gets away from the good pace on their defence there from Caitlin Scott, but wasn't able to grab Conway. And we've got Attrell around the outside. And another one. So they're coming hard and fast here from Harlequeens. Harlequeens. 3 tries, as easy as you like so far. It's really good intent in the defence there, as I've mentioned. Caitlin Scott really got up on Conway, but just wasn't able to get hold of her. Just needed to change the line a little bit to get in front of Conway and wasn't able to do so. Kick doesn't look too bad there. And we've got the referee in this situation chasing the ball, so great work down there, Herbie. If you're out there in rugby watching land and you think your rugby playing days are over, Tasmanian Rugby needs officials. We need referees, we need assistant referees. So if you're interested, get in touch with your local club, or you can come down and have a chat with someone in the day glow. But gee, it'd be great to get some more officials out here and helping. So, okay, it's a great tackling offence there, and Conway's all over that. She's gone to ground, but she certainly had her hands on that ball. She'll probably score here too. So another one in the dying minutes. Scoring under the post, she'll go and kick back towards us. Just really strong over the ball in that situation there, Conway. It's a nice looking kick, but she's missed. So you can just see how strong she was over the ball there. And that'll see us through to half time. So good, just breaking tackles there. The East players sort of just trusting that their teammates are going to hold on to those tackles, which is the right way to play. You can't all jump onto one player. But you can see again here, number 2 had hold of her, and her teammates just were going back to get onside, ready for the next player, expecting Conway might have had to pop that ball out. But unfortunately, she wasn't held onto and was away. So there's our half time. The girls have a short break and then swap sides, and we'll come back for the second half. The Roosters, gotta love them. Unfortunately, their women aren't doing so well out here today. So kick goes out to the left. Taken nicely. Oh, some great stepping there too. Great work. I think that's Caitlin Scott again. She's having a great game and they can't take her down. Eventually Conway manages to get her, and all over that ball is Conway. So while we're waiting a very long time here, should have been a penalty against Scott for holding on. But Conway manages to get it away, so it's good work for the referee to allow that to play on. East players got to take their hands off it when their hands are on the ground there. But we'll keep playing. So Harlequeens now with possession. Good run there, that ball's gone forward. But missed, fortunately, for Harlequeens. Great, strong running there. Isabella Sproul, and she's away. So great defensive effort in the last half by Sproul, and now she's down and scoring. So free-flowing rugby here, referee allowing players to play on, not blowing the whistle too soon. That's going to suit this Harlequeens team down to the ground, as they've got the pace around the outside. And the kick comes. I think Davies attempting the kick this time. Unable to make the points. So Harlequeens with a very comfortable 27-0 lead at the moment. East really want to get the ball, I think, in the hands of Caitlin Scott. She's the one who's creating a bit of trouble when she's got the ball in her hands. They're struggling a little bit to contain her. She can get a couple of her speedier fellows around the outside of her. With a little offload from a tackle, they could find themselves in a scoring position, East. So Conway to return the kick. And this one doesn't make the 10. So we'll see a free kick to East in the middle of the ground. No, you don't want to scrum. No, it's a tap. So just a little bit of inexperience showing here. There, the East players not quite sure what the decision is from the referee, what they'd have to do. So we'll just tap and play on here. Technically, that tap needs to be released. Oh, well stolen there. Great work from Rebecca Davies to just grab that ball. But a good tackle there from East. Those East players really need to roll out of the way. Not sure how that ball ended up out of there either. And Roberts is away. She's got some pace on her. Oh, she's loving the space in front of her. And no one's going to stop her. Although we've got Christy Mason coming across from East, but she's not. Oh, I think Roberts has dropped the ball over the line. Oh, no. Tragedy. Tragedy. And she can do it with a smile on her face, but oh, dear. And you can hear just the East crowd yelling out there, and that's a good point. Christy Mason came from the far wing to chase and put just enough pressure on there for Roberts to think, I've got to get this ball down quickly before she gets here. So, such a shame. Such a shame. See if we've got time to just watch it again. Roberts is away. Doesn't need any help. She's got Mason on her outside, Josie. But Christy Mason from East comes across and Fairhouse spills it. So can East get themselves out of this deep defensive position? Ball comes back and they win their scrum. Nice pass out and the kick comes. And I think the kick's made touch over there. So at least cleared a little bit. I think the kick came from the boot of Leach out there. And it's made the touch line, which will give Harlequeens a line out here. We know they've got a great line out. Josie Mason gets up nice and high. She's got some great lifters here, so it's a good combination. Good tall lifters as well really helps. I don't think there's going to be a lot of competition here. So East are better off just standing down, waiting to see where the ball goes. Oh no, they decide to go with a quick one to the front. And throw is deemed to be not straight. So let off there for Easts. So we'll have a tap here. Out at the 15 metre. There it goes. And the chip over the top. Oh, that's a good kick. If they've got some chasers from East. A rotten bounce there. No, Roberts gets back and covers really nicely. She's here. She's got another chance here. She's got the ball in 2 hands. No, back in 1 hand. She's around again. I don't think she's going to miss this time. We should see a dive. No, yes, she goes down and makes sure of it this time. Yep, definitely. That is a definite try. Great work from Roberts. Great work. That's a great try. She deserved it after spilling the last one. And the kick comes out wide, but doesn't make it over the bar. Just cut back here to Roberts again as she gets around the outside. After missing the last one with an easy opportunity, she definitely doesn't let go. And yep, she's just making sure of it. Great work. Oh, and the kick doesn't even make it over the centre line on this one. So that'll give East an opportunity again with a tap on the halfway line. With maybe the last play of this match. Okay, and they're away. Can the East players make something of this? Oh, great pass back there. Leach with the ball, fends off. Oh, beautifully tackled there by Sproul, who's been busy this half. And ball comes out. We've got it in now in the hands of Jansen. Oh, he's tackled really well by Conway. Maybe a high tackle happening there, so advantage goes the way of East's. Another player there, I think Caitlin Scott, falling on top of the ball. Always hurts. They will come back for the penalty. So they want to be quick here, East. They've not got much time, but if they can catch Harlequeens napping, they may be able to duck through and put on some points. So McCarthy with the tap there, runs up. Good solid run, goes to ground. She needs someone to help her, and they're there over the ball. Leach unable to take, it's driven off, but we've got players offside there from Quinns. Oh, getting a bit feisty. So, comes to McCarthy with the tap. And away we go. It's a good run and good tackling. Great tackling there. The ball gets popped back. I think going to let that go. Leach with the ball this time, looking for some space, but just running backwards. Manages to get it out and find the hands of Boucher. Boucher with the pass out to Mason, who's lost the ball here. But we're playing on. The ball's gone backwards. And again, the big throw out. Finds Oakley. Can Oakley get around Mason? She does! And under the tackle there of Conway, she's able to reach out and score. So in the dying moments there, East, very, very exciting try. And the crowd are pretty happy with that. I think the East crowd over on our sideline here have taken over half of the pitch. And it's great to see. We had a game there last night out at North Warrane where they came out in force, and they're here today too on a nice sunny but nippy Hobart day. And we better put those points up. East's up to 5. So as much as it's a runaway victory to Quinns, and the kicker is missed. And that's our full time. So easy win to Harlequeens there, but an exciting finish to East's. Okay, we'll head to a break now, and we'll be back shortly for the second game of the day, which will be between Taroona and one of the teams in front of us. I'm not sure which one. Be back soon. All right, welcome back. We're about to run into our second of 3 matches for the day between the Taroona Red Penguins and Harlequeens. Luck's a fortune for me today because I've got someone to help me out in this game. So welcome to Pat Garnham, who's going to give a hand with the commentary.
Hi Deon, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. So pretty quick games out here with the 7 aside. They're over before we know it, before your throat even manages to get dry. So it looks like we're going to see Emily Pregnall from Taroona, who are wearing the Taroona strip this week with the kickoff. And we're away. Ooh, excuse my clock. Terrible clock work from me. Okay, so the kickoff has come, but the referee not happy with the collection on the ground there from Harlequeens. And a scrum. Excuse my music just then. As a front rower, Pat, you'll be appreciating what's going on here.
It's the best outcome. We start off a kickoff with a scrum.
So Stewart with the ball in, finds her teammate there, fast runner out on the side, coming right around, dishes it off. Ball's in the hands of Zing, who's around on the outside, and she's got space in front of her, but great cover defence. Good rucking here from the Taroona players. That's Erin Davis. She's got some pace, Erin. She's run from fully from the right wing to be around there at that ruck. Ball's pilfered there by Roberts. Oh, big tackle, big tackle. Georgia Stewart's a very experienced player too. So we'll come back in and Quinn's move back to the right, but knock that ball down and Pat will be happy. We'll have another scrum.
Nice passage of play there from Taroona.
Yeah, great support. The looping players in this 7s are really important. If you can't just afford to pass the ball and then watch. And a couple of players out there, but particularly Davis, who took that ball off the back of the scrum running around and then ended up contesting at the ruck right deep down there after Zing got tackled in that last line of defence. So ball comes out here. Kicked out. Stewart, she's quick, and Davis is too. Oh, great tackling though in the defence there. Support play's excellent. Another little knock on the ground, but they're looking very dangerous, Taroona. I'm pretty impressed by the speed in there of Georgia Stewart, their captain. She's just lightning quick.
Yeah, it's really important. You'll note the difference when a player actually runs and commits to their line, draws defenders in and creates space for the other players rather than just sort of being half and half and dawdling up.
Yeah, that sideways running is a bit of a killer here. Conway's one of those players who's very direct as well. She'll straighten up, finds Mason. She's got Attrell outside her, who scored a couple of tries in the last game, and she gets around Zing. Hakinen in chase, but I don't think they're going to catch her. Couple of defenders coming in the midfield. Does Attrell have the endurance to get there? I think she will. Great chase by Hakinen, but not able to get her. So first opportunity with the ball in hands there, and Harlequeens are around the outside for a 80-metre try. So just as you said before, Pat, just being direct with the ball rather than, with the ball in hand, taking the ball up, deciding what you're going to do rather than running sideways, and that was what got them around the outside. And the kick's no good. So
no time for tees.
No time. We've got someone chasing the ball this time. It was impressive in the last game to see the referee going back there and bringing it back himself. He's going to referee all 3 of the women's games today, as Herb. So thanks, but great work from the ball carrier there. Thank you very much. Everyone will appreciate that. And Attrell after a kick just walking back over the line. Davies with the kick. That's a great shallow kick there and finds space. And Mason's onto it. No, well taken out there by the Taroona player. It's Laura Jepson. I think she's eventually taken out over the sideline. Oh yeah, last time these teams played, made the mistake of calling Laura M and M Laura a few times, so I got corrected this morning. Laura with the loose ponytail, and Emily Pregnell's got braids, so I won't be making that mistake. Great line out there. Mason throws it down, well taken by Roberts. Comes to Conway. She's got Davies outside her. Takes the ball well. Just standing still, looking for Conway to come around. Good defence. So Davis making things difficult. Okay, ball's in the hands of Zing here. So that's that play there. Not quite being direct enough, Zing. Just running across, looking for support. Keenan calls Stewart and breaks through. And yeah, that's a good option. I'd be giving it to Georgia Stewart in that case because she's going to run faster than I'm going to run. What do you reckon, Pat? Oh, nearly an ankle breaker. So good support play again.
Yeah, and look, that all came from intent in defence again. So coming up hard and putting pressure on led to a bit of indecisiveness. Yeah, that was the killer.
Absolutely, that was and that was that player I've mentioned a number of times now, Davis. She's hard running straight at the ball in defence, and a conversion kick there by Pregnell. So Taroona take the lead. They've certainly looked the more convincing team at the moment, but Harlequeens really haven't had any opportunities with the ball in their hands, and we're pushing now down into the dark depths of the last minute of the first half.
Queens have had one chance and they took it, scored an 80-metre try. It's game on now.
Game on, absolutely. Need a really good chase on this kick here, Taroona, to put the pressure on Quins to spill. Ball hits Sproul and she doesn't take it, but it goes backwards. She has another go. She's a strong runner, gives it to Attrell. Finds Davies, who's got Roberts on her right-hand side. Just running sideways here. Not really making any ground, but this person will. Oh, there's a great tackle from Davis on again. Conway. And the ball's knocked on there. Again, Pat, you talked about it. What do you like about Davis?
Just up and hard. Good awareness to go for the wrap. She wasn't in the right position to get her front foot in and tackle low. So wrapped and... I thought you were going for the replay there, Deon.
Here we go. We'll go again at it. I'm going to... Sorry, I've mucked up my editing here. Let's have a look at this again because it's really good. And we're going to miss a little bit of play, but I just want to watch this tackle here. Just in the background, there's been a knock on, so we've got some time. Just a strong tackle, throwing it to ground.
Back 10, Taroona, back 10.
All right, so in the little messing around that happened just there, we've seen in the end the ball penalty going to Harlequeens. And good running with the ball in two hands from Conway. Mason's quick too. Will Zing get her? Yes. Oh, Davis. Conway loves the high fend. Davis cops one in the face, but that's all right. That's allowed. Pregnell getting up there. Goes for the rip. No one's holding on to that player with the ball there, and she gets another opportunity, but it's finally stolen. Taroona need to straighten up here or wait. In sevens, sometimes just stopping and waiting for the defensive team to come towards you is the way to play.
Similar element to touch football. You see a lot of players that come across from touch.
Oh, great tackle out there by Sproul. And the pass was excellent. I should see play on here. I think that ball was knocked out by the tackler. I love that tactic when you're running behind. Oh, Davis can't take Mason. Well done to Josie for staying on her feet there. But Zing with another excellent tackle. She puts her body position in the exact right place, Zing. She's getting in front of the player with the ball rather than trying to grab them from the side. And we're going to have half time. So it's an exciting game, Pat. What are some highlights for you so far?
I'm, being a front row, I obviously love seeing the scrums, but love seeing the defensive effort. And as you pointed out there, Zing, great, classic tackling technique. You're one-on-one. She's not the biggest body on the field. Front foot in, good low shoulder height, cheek to cheek. Has been pulled off 2 tackles. The last 2 tackles were, really good technique.
So you can see it here, the sideways movement here, just getting a body and really making first contact with the shoulder in that situation there. Stop Mason in her tracks.
Head on the wrong side, so a little bit, of danger there, but that's something that can be corrected.
So it was just the attempt to get a body in front there, but it was a good solid tackle in the end. And the other thing I liked about that tackle, she kept the head up, and was watching what was happening. So, and that's really important in sevens. If you put your head down and look at the ground while you're tackling, she would have continued to hold on to Mason and either give it, when Mason's offloaded that ball, either given away a penalty or put herself out of defensive position. Whereas the head up, she'll straight back out into a great defensive position. So that's, yeah, good to watch. So it's a close one. Last time I watched these two teams play, which was a month ago, Harlequeens won in a rout. It was something like 40-0 possibly. So got two very different teams out on the field today. Harlequeens are missing a couple of players, and Taroona are missing a few as well. I think their coach hasn't played a lot of rugby this year, and she's a very experienced Brazilian national player. But
see that experience come through.
Absolutely.
It's a really good technique from the girls. Good shape in attack for Taroona. And yeah, I think for the Harlequeens, yeah, probably a little bit too much sideway running, but when they do go forward, gee, they look good.
Yeah, the first passage of play that they had, just again, those hands between Conway, who'll run very straight with the ball in two hands and put the you know, the defenders in two minds, and just straightening up at the last minute before passing it out, it's committing people. And that worked really effectively the first time. The last couple of times they had it when the ball came out through the hands of Davies, Davies was just relying too much on Conway coming around her and just stopped dead in her tracks. Didn't commit the tackler, and then when she's popped the ball back to Conway, Conway was not in the right position to take it. You know, that situation, Davies really needed to back herself and just take that into contact. So don't want to rely too much on Winona Conway's skill and talent, though if she's on fire,
but you did see it in the first, so good straight run from Conway, but then she got up, worked hard and got around the outside, and having that other option is often enough to get around the defence. If you've got multiple threats, that puts the defence in two minds, and yeah, as I said before, you need to be committed to what you're doing, and the moment you're in two minds, whether it's in attack or defence, that's when yeah, things start to fall apart.
All right, so an exciting game so far, first half. Harlequeens haven't had a lot of the ball, but the first opportunity they had, they scored, and then Taroona followed up with a converted try. So 2 points in it. Kick gets away. Well taken out there by the Taroona player. I think that's Jepson again, yep. Jepson with a high pass, but well taken by Pregnor, who goes to ground in a tackle from Attrell. Ball comes out. Jepson again. Davies, I'd like to see her with some space. Straightens up through, fends off, but a good tackle by Davies to hang on to her. Only just hung on.
And good composure to hold on to the ball as well.
Absolutely. So good structure here from Taroona. Going one way, nothing on, so going back the other way. Support needs to happen. See Travers coming in now, and Davis has got the ball. She's spotted a gap, and she's through. She's deserved this try if she gets there. She's got to make sure she finishes it off, though. And scores it with a little somersault at the end there. Exciting play. Very well deserved from the commitment of Erin Davis. I like her style of play, Pat. She's a very straight runner. We'll go back and have a quick look at the earlier passage here where she's hit it up the first time and just taken by Davies in the tackle. Conversion's kicked in the background. Good. Just again here, watch Davis. She's on the left-hand side here. She spots a gap. Ball comes from Travers. She goes, where's the space? Out here. She runs across but straightens up immediately, which just makes it so hard for the defence. If she had tried to run around the outside of Mason, she would have found that the cover defence would have had time to get across. So that's excellent running, excellent running.
Interesting little bit of waiting just before there. I think a few of the blue players might have thought there was a penalty coming for hands in the ruck, but got there in the end, played the whistle.
And unfortunately that kick bounced on the wrong end of the ball, and it hasn't made 10. So Harlequeens with a good opportunity now with a tap in the middle of the field. Who's Conway going to give it to here? Conway decides to go herself and runs into an excellent tackle from Stewart. Stewart with her head down, doesn't see what's going on. So Sproul has a run now after the pop ball. Finds Attrell around the outside of Zing. And Attrell around the outside. That's the fourth time today I've said that, and she scored.
Yeah, so contrast that with the last example you pulled out, Deon. And yeah, tackle in, head down. Wasn't able to get back up and help in the defensive effort to slide right, slide left. Head down in the tackle.
Absolutely, and it was a great solid tackle. We'll just watch it again here from Stewart. Conway's got around. Stewart's made the hit here, but she needs to be aware of what happens. She keeps pushing through, and yeah, she kind of takes Conway out of it, but ideally she needed to be straight back into cover defence in that situation, which then just, you know, Zing came up a little bit there, not quite trusting the tackle of her inside player. Just quickly look at that again. Zing comes in on Sproul when she really needed to keep her eyes up and keep her head up and be watching and keeping her body in front of Lydia on the outside, because she's way too strong to give a metre.
And that just comes back to awareness and comms.
Absolutely. Experience too.
Yep, definitely.
So ball comes out. Travers just doesn't quite take it well enough, but fortunate. Oh, ball rolls out. Now we've got Mason offside here. She did a great job with the counter ruck there.
Yeah, good job with the counter ruck, and you're on the wrong side. The ball's in front of you. You're probably going to pick it up.
Davis spots a gap. Great offload. Great offload. And an exceptional tackle, but Hakinen's too strong for Roberts. And the pop again. Watch Stewart go. Look at her acceleration. Unreal.
Talk about taking your opportunities, and that's exactly that. Great straight run. Great pop. Great fend. Great pop again. Spots the gap. Boom, straight through.
This is textbook rugby sevens right here. We watch all the way back. So unfortunately Mason there did a great job, but got herself offside. She wasn't allowed to touch that ball once she come through. Davis goes, oh, what are we going to do? Let's have a quick tap here. I think we converted that as well in the background. So Davis with the direct play, runs across, straightens up, draws two defenders, pops the ball. Roberts with good contact on Hakinen, but Hakinen's too strong and shrugs her off. Again, watch this. Into contact, two defenders on you, the pop pass, and Stewart, lightning acceleration, and no one's going to catch her. That is excellent, excellent rugby. Don't know if I added the scores. I think I didn't put the 5 on for the try, did I? Oh, no, I've added it on the wrong team. It's over here and here.
Great pick up off the ground.
Yeah.
Good solid leg drive into contact. Got to work to get to ground now, though.
Yeah, knees on the ground. They need to release her. Well done by Mason out there. Anderson comes in to Roberts. Sproul's a strong runner. She needs to straighten up. This sideways running, it's okay if you're going to commit defenders, but you're just putting pressure on outside. Zing needs to keep her eyes up.
And stay out.
Yeah. Running to the sideline here with Conway. Foot's on the sideline. That was really well done by Zing that time. She kept her head up, just kept her body in front and pushed Conway to the sideline, and that gives time for your cover defence to get across.
Alternatively, Conway would have done well to step in here and draw Zing in and create space on the outside.
Yeah, that's right. She did the right thing to try and commit there, but Zing did a really good job. Again, that lateral movement.
Yeah. Just
pushed her across. Kept her head up, kept her eyes on what was happening. So good defence. That's all right. Ball's just popped down into Travers' hands as the lifter. And this girl, Davis, oh, you look out here. She's away again. Her spatial awareness in the field is outstanding. Outstanding. Step one way, step the other, all the way under and scored.
And again, that awareness just to look for the pop.
Yeah, and I'd be running off the shoulder of Davis every time. Two-handed pop, step off the left, straighten up, and you're away.
Interesting to see Taroona attacking predominantly through the middle and through pops, not looking to move it out to space, to create space out wide and then shift the ball out there.
Yep.
Interesting feature of their game today. That looking much more at committing defenders, looking for the pop.
And there's our full time.
Great game.
It was a great game. Well done to Taroona there. Exciting second half for them particularly.
Scoreline probably doesn't really reflect the game. I think the Harlequeens played a fantastic game. really took their chances when they had them.
Yeah, and they didn't have many.
It didn't have many, didn't have heaps of possession, and yeah, weren't in their attacking 22 for much of the game. But yeah, when they had those chances, they did take them, and yeah, put on some great tries.
Yeah, that's right. So, and again, both tries I think scored to Attrell getting around the outside. Yeah, she's very savvy when it comes to finding that space out there, and just didn't have the opportunity. So good. It was a good contest in the end, but the experience, I'd say, the direct running of Davis and the experience of Georgia Stewart to find a gap where there's, where there happens to be a small one, really gave that game to the Taroona girls. So well done. Thanks, Pat, for your time, for coming in and joining me in the commentary. I've really enjoyed having someone else to talk with rather than being all on my lonesome in here.
Yourself.
Talking to the whole world, I see it,
Indeed,
not myself.
Indeed.
But thank you. We'll cut out to a break before our final game between Taroona and Easts. Okay, so girls are out on the field for final game for today. In match between Easts and Taroona. Apologise for my logos on the scoreboard down here. Let's see if I can really quickly fix them. How good would that be? Oh, look at that. Bit of magic there. Okay, so final match of the day. East with the kickoff. Ball there knocked on by Maddock for Taroona. Don't think she had a lot of field time in the previous game here, Natanya. So East with a great attacking opportunity right at the start of the match. Scrum just outside their 22. Who have they got who can attack here with a bit of pace, bit of strength? I like the look of Mel Oakley out on this right-hand side. But a good pushing scrum by Taroona, and the ball falls out into the hands of that dangerous player, Stewart, whose pass just goes a bit high and Maddock's unable to take it. So knock on and the ball is turned over again. We don't often see that happening in this game with the push over in the scrum. But Taroona here with a great push, and the ball popped out there for Stewart to have a bit of a run. It was well followed out there by Leach just to make sure she didn't get away. But East with another opportunity here. Oh, that's a better scrum this time. Ball's in and out quickly. Finds Wells with a good run up and well tackled by Pregnall. Drives back over and knocks Boucher off her feet, and then grabs Leach as she comes into it. Now, player from East there's run without the ball and given Davis from Taroona a bit of a shove. Not so sure that that's savvy, but anyway, some good running here from East. So Boucher with the ball again. This time Jepson tries with the rip there, but unsuccessfully, and the ball comes out to Oakley, who's got a bit of space. Maddock straightens up, unable to tackle her. Can Zing stop her? Yeah, ball's popped back inside and dropped, unfortunately, there by Winona Harvey. So great running there. Would have liked to have seen Mel Oakley try and run over the top of Zing. She just, when Zing got a body in front again, she just stopped a little bit. Really could have put a bit of leg drive on there. Great defence here from Zing. We talked about it last match. She just got her head on the wrong side again, but at the speed that the players, when the player slows down into contact, it's not so dangerous. So if Oakley had just kept trying to run through Zing, she would have been over. So great attacking rugby from Easts. Some good solid defence from Taroona. But I'll tell you what's going to happen here is Erin Davis has got the ball and she's probably going to run 100 metres and score. No, great tackling. I'll tell you what, I underestimated the defenders there. And the green hair of Vanessa Wells in an exciting bit of defence. But unfortunately, situation here for... I'm not sure what's happening on. I can't pick the referee signals here. I think we've got a penalty. We've got, yeah, offside play from the East's girls in the middle of the play here. So exceptional tackle from Wells. Ah, here we go. I can see, yes, number 3 there. Sarah Double just loitering in an offside position. Now we've got Pregnell with the ball. Oh, another great tackle from the East defenders. Pregnell then finds Davis, who's got Maddock on the outside. And Maddock has a paddock. No, yes, she does. There's a big one in front of her, but I reckon she's going to be run down by Boucher. And she is. Great defence from East. If Stewart can get her hands on this ball, she'll be away. No. Davis comes in and she'll run around the blind, straighten up, find Stewart, who's going to run under the posts. That defensive effort there from T. Boucher running down Maddock was amazing. Unfortunately, the rest of the team wasn't really able to get down there to secure the ball and make a turnover. And we end up with a Taroona try under the posts. Interesting decision here when Davis got there. She could have just run for the corner or run infield, but straightened up, drew 2 or 3 tacklers and just gave Stewart a bit of space. Quick thinking from Stewart to get out of that ruck too. And the kick's good. So good kicking from Pregnell today. Unfortunately for her, she's got to chase that ball. While waiting for that to come back. I'll say it again, I've been impressed with Zing's defence, just in getting her body in front of the player with the ball. It makes a big difference, and at this level of the game, getting your body in front of the player just means you've got a lot better chance of being able to tackle them or at least slow them down to help your cover defence. Little jink there from Pregnell, who kicks it long. Gets underneath the foot of Olivia Jansen, but Leach gets back and covers nicely. Jansen now with the ball and the fending arm. Needs to hold on to it there, just go to ground. Caitlin Scott, who had a great first game against Harlequeens with the ball there, but Taroona player over the top of it, fishes it out. And the referee's calling hands in the ruck there. So Scott with the tap. She'll have a good run. She's a hard runner here and hard to tackle. Goes one way, shoves off Jepson. Unable to shove off Stewart though, who puts a body on the line. Ball comes now back to Jansen, not Jensen. And she's away. Oh, great running there. Again, East, some really strong running this time. Ali McCarthy with a big run. Jansen's got the ball in her hands again. And the ball comes out to East out on the wing. Great step back inside. No cover defence there, and she's going to run under the posts. So Winona Harvey, after just dropping the ball in front of the try line not long ago, manages to get in there and score one for a team. You can see a great run there from Harvey, and calling that half time. Maybe a little bit early, 6.5 minutes down.
Hey, Rusty, just ask me, I'll say it's Judge.
And the conversion was good too. So we're looking at tied ball game at half time here. Seven apiece. just hear the voice of the try scorer there, Winona Harvey, explaining, giving a recap to a couple of people as to what just happened there. That was great. Glad we managed to keep that on the mic. Anyway, we'll cut to a break now for a minute until we return for the second half. So an exciting first half there with both teams putting on a single try and converting it. Just in the dying moments there, a really great try to the East's team with a big overlap and big space on the right-hand side of the field that saw Harvey score and convert her own try. So we'll see Taroona with the kickoff. And away we go. So kick hits the ground. Just a bit of waiting there, and Vivi's onto that ball. Oh, she's picked it up and dodged the tackle there and is away, and that's a sad start to the half for the East team with a try in 20 seconds to Taroona in the experienced hands of Hokinen. It's not how they would have wanted that to start with Easts. So going to be a quick conversion taken here.
I can't run anymore anyway.
Not quite there. Ball just lands next to the post, so Pregnall unable to convert, but nice try. Kayla Oakley there, just unable to take that ball, and then Hokinen pounced on it and was through the tackle of Boucher as well. So very well done in that situation. And it is the kind of start that Taroona would have liked. It's taken longer to get the ball back to restart than it did for them to score that try. So the kick comes in, taken nicely. She's had a good game so far, has Ali McCarthy. She's good strong running there and rips the ball to ground. Scott now with the ball, picks it up. Good strong tackle from Pregnall to take her to the ground, but the ball comes out well. Oakley now with the ball, she's got some space. She's got a bit of pace out there. Runs straight through Maddock, but not straight through Georgia Stewart, who hangs on to her, hangs on. They're driving it to the sideline. Great work from Oakley to manage to get that ball away. And Oakley again picks it up and finds Mel Oakley, who's unable to get the ball into the hands of Caitlin Scott. So we've got a knock on to East. Really good attacking running out there. Mel Oakley with ball in hand was very dangerous, and as much as Georgia Stewart was able to stop her, they were unable to contain her, and she flipped around and flipped around. See here, taken by Stewart. Travers came in and was just trying to stop the pass being offloaded, so good strong work from Oakley. Now we'll see Georgia Stewart with the ball in her hands, and I think she's away. Picks the gap. She's being well tracked there by Christy Mason, but in the end, all too easy for Stewart. After a great attacking opportunity, East are unable to stop the pace and agility of Georgia Stewart. So second try this half to Taroona, and nice conversion to Pregnell. So pushes that lead ahead now. It's going to be tough for East to come back. Sitting here nearly halfway through the second half. Taroona now have a 2-try and 1 conversion lead. East's crowd out there a little bit quiet now. I don't think that'll last long. They're a very supportive crowd. And we love hearing that call of Rooster on the sideline when they're there. They are. Love it. All right, Pregnell just taking a breath there before having a kick after having to run all the way back with it. That'll do. Doesn't matter if it goes along the ground as long as it gets over the 10 eventually. Well taken. Oh, great little pass there too from Harvey. I think she caught Oakley napping, I think. Oh, not Oakley, sorry, McCarthy. It's a really nice little draw and pass there. Tricked everybody, and I think McCarthy wasn't quite ready for that. So well done. Here it comes. Just watch. She just stops, throws it in. Oh, must have come. Okay, it's come off the hand of the Taroona player. Okay, good fortune for Easts. Good play by Harvey, the try scorer for East as well. So now see Oakley with this ball in the scrum. She was dangerous when she's got some space, and she's got really good pace. So Stewart will need to stick to her if she's to prevent her from breaking away. Just resettle the scrum. And away we go. So East unfortunately unable to get that ball. So Stewart gets it, finds Keenan on the right. She's just pointing and directing and telling Stewart where to go, which really just confuses her opposition. But runs across, a good fend there. Pushes it out to Zing, who's got some space. She's also got Maddock outside. Oh, great straighten up by Zing. Excellent step off the left foot to find the ball under the posts. Really good work. Just running across too far. Trying to get around Zing and realised that the cover defence was going to get her. So steps off the left foot and scores. Just the direction here from Keenan, pointing, telling, where do you go? I want you over here, I want you over here. And the defence sort of all sways too far to the side. Speed of Zing's good. She's trying to get around, looking around. No, I'm going to go back in this way. Steps off her left and straightens up. And manages to get inside Ali McCarthy with a valiant effort to come across.
Wait up. Wait till the next breakdown.
We almost had 8, so...
Just step away from the line.
I missed the conversion there whilst going through the replay. No good. Thanks for the thumbs down up there on the camera, Martin. Okay, this will be our last play, I will imagine. So, good, great running there from the East player, and Sarah double, but it's been ripped away by Travers. She's got Stewart outside of who hands out to Maddock. Maddock has got some space in front of her. I love the long strides, but really well tackled over there by Harvey. Great cover defence. So, Travers with the ball. Gives it out to Davis, who's just come back on, who finds her Keenan. And she's got Zing outside her, just telling her where to go. She's going to give it to Zing. Zing will score in the corner. And her second try. Just a good option there from Keenan to pass that ball. Just Zing had a little bit more space. A big second half to the Taroona side here. After a 7-all half-time score. So far they've put on 22 unanswered points with the conversion here to come.
Do we have enough on and off?
I do love the banter from our effects mic here, just listening to what's happening. Some mass substitutions happening for East, but I think the game's going to be over. And that's it. So convincing win in the end there to the Taroona girls after a really tight first half. Picking some space. You can just see Hakinen and Zing having a bit of a discussion there about some strategy as to what to do in those situations where you're running with a bit of an overlap. My advice to Zing will be dive when you score the try. So, some great entertaining rugby today here from our women's teams. And the solid team of the day has been the girls from the combined Taroona and University squad, the Taroona team, having won both of their matches. Had convincing score lines, and some experienced players out there really directed that. So particularly this game, Vivi Keenan was very good. Georgia Stewart always leads them with skills and speed. So great women's games. We're going to head off to our break, and we'll see you back here for our 3 p.m. start. That's in 40 minutes time for our men's Premiership Division match between the Taroona Penguins and the Glenorchy Stags. So here we are, ready for our senior Premiership men's game for the afternoon. We've got Glenorchy Stags out there in front of you, who'll be receiving the kick, and Taroona Penguins will be kicking off. Now we're going to provide you with a little bit of extra effects today. We've got our referee out here mic'd up, so we'll be able to hear what he's got to say, and we're away. Kick from Taroona comes down, and well taken there, I think, by James Holman. No, unable to compete, and the ball ends up with Glenorchy. Comes out to Lovell, who chips through, finds the ground, but well covered. Reece Watts finds his teammate in Dewindham out there, who takes it into the tackle, and Taroona will move right. Great hands, moving quickly out here. Ball in the hands of Blowfield, who can't find Matt Noble. Now we can hear clearly from the referee there, late and high on the tackle. So we need to, good to see that he's all over that straight away. Kick goes down and we'll see a line out. I think we're talking about number 2 there. Oh, just around the shoulders. It's Andrew Krupp. So Taroona with the line out. 15 metres out. This is a great start for them. Great opportunity.
Excuse me, guys.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Ball in the hands of Pat Garnham. And line-out comes there, taken by Holman. And Taroona go to a maul. Let's see what they've got here. Ball taken to ground. Still in the hands there of Loper. And he dishes it back for Salter. Salter comes wide to Kazarine, who's got Bird, and inside him Dewindham running through into contact. Good tackle by Mickey Lovell. He's got Kazarine again. He looks inside for Holman. Well tackled again. Glenorchy defence standing resolute. Salter decides to go himself and couldn't find anywhere. But we've got an advantage here to Taroona. And they pick and drive. So 5 metres out. By the time it gets to the back, it's probably 7 metres out here at this ruck. Salter's going to go left. He's got Blowfield there with some space, and Rob Holmes, great direction at the back there. Really good decision making from the number 10, Noah Kazarine, pointing to his halfback and telling him to go left. And Blowfield was way too fast to get around the outside of the defenders there, even though there were a good line of them, and to put Holmes over the line with a very easy try. Just watch here. You can't see on the camera, but Kazarine's pointing. Blowfield goes left and takes it across. The defence comes in, but unable to cover. So Kent Williams in the number 13 there just needed to stay out, but he got drawn in to Blowfield, whose intent was good, moving forward with the ball in 2 hands. So a great start to Taroona. 3 minutes down, and they're already 5 points up. So Salter taking his time with the kick. He's got the high tee there. High tee. Nice thing for a Saturday afternoon. Thanks to our volunteer touch judge down there, Nathaniel Graham, who's Taroona player who's currently injured, but good to see him having a go out there. Okay, conversion's no good. Glenorchy to walk it back and regather. It's a nice start there for Taroona. They'll be happy to have been able to score a try in the hands of Holmes untouched on the wing. I know Glenorchy have got a few injuries, a few players out. And kick from Lovell. Goes fairly deep. Finds Salter, juggles it. And he decides to kick it. It's a really nice roost. He's marched it over the halfway line. Great words there from the referee. You can hear on the mic there. You can make the line out on the line. Makes things heaps easier. So the pass comes out from Smith at halfback. Hits the ground, but finds Ty Hart, who's tackled by Bird. Good running there from Hart. Holman gets up really quickly. Something that that I know the clubs are working on around the place is their line speed in defence. So Taroona trying to get up quickly. Ball gets caught at the back there in the hands of Robbie Lovell maybe. But Glenorchy regather. Great burst up the field there, making a lot of ground, and we'll see there's a penalty here.
Playing it on the ground. Playing it on the ground.
Great words there from the referee, so Taroona need to keep their hands off it when it's on the ground. I love this referee, Mike. And Glenorchy's kick just finds touch. So great attacking opportunity here for the Stags. Got a few good hard running forwards in there. See their intent too. So line out throw from Jumbo Hart. Not sure what's going on there. Like Glenorchy can't have multiple men standing outside of the line out. They all need to either join or be a halfback, and you can't have both of them there. So a bit of a jumble, but they managed to win it. Ball being hit up here. Solid defence by Taroona, but again, good second drive. The leg drive is great. Smith goes to the left, finds Hart, who's met in the tackle there by McPhail, but manages to make some metres in the drive. So Smith with the ball again. He's getting busy in there. Finds Lovell out to Hart. He's got Kent Williams outside him who just manages to hang on to it. He needs to be released now. Salter with the tackle and lets him go. Smith comes back to the left. Bustling Ray's been held. Play's been held up here. He's not going to get to ground, and not sure where that ball. No, he's managed to feed the ball back. And we'll end up there with a scrum to Taroona. So good solid defence from the Blues. Some hard running there by Glenorchy and shifting the ball each way. The Taroona defence was up to it.
Here's your mark. Okay, let's get a gap. Get the first one right, please. First scrum.
Good discussion from the referee there. What's the first scrum? Let's set it right. It's one of these parts of our game. It's a very unique part of the game of rugby union is the scrum. It does soak up a lot of the clock though. And if we have to reset, that's frustrating. It's also can be quite dangerous. We don't want anyone getting injured. An awful put in there by Salter. Very lucky there. He's tried to feed that into his second row. Lack of coordination. Gold. Absolute gold from the referee.
That's soft, eh? Crouch.
He's having a laugh about it too. That's exceptional. Exceptional technology here to be able to hear all of that.
That's better.
We'll turn him back down and off we go. So Taroona with the ball and their exit strategy. Kazarine's got a breaking left foot there, but Searle's all over, but he's knocked it on. And they'll be very happy with that. That's an exceptional kick there from Kazarine. Searle had to chase that really hard. And unfortunately in his skid, he spilled it forward. Long left foot kick from Kazarine. Searle has good attack on the ball there from Searle, but unfortunately he slid there to take it, so knocks it on and gives Taroona a good opportunity here with the solid platform from their scrum. Let's see if Salter can get his coordination sorted out again and get the ball in. He's not really standing in the right position. He can come in now. There we go. Feeds it in. Ball's won. The front row's collapsed there, but referee's happy that the ball's playable. So it comes out to Kazarine. He goes, looks inside and then goes wide to Dewingham, who's got a lot of space. Steps back inside. His winger was nowhere around to be seen. Trying to keep up with him. But now the ball's in the hands of Holmes, who steps left, steps right. Great defence out there from Baden Maynard. And there's a knock on.
Scrum.
So Holmes just in his attempt to get that ball to ground. Spilled it. He's in a bit of discomfort actually. I'll need to probably just wait here. As he was pulled over there, Holmes, he may have... So Rob Holmes is going to come from the field and he'll probably be replaced by his brother, and he's being helped off by his father, who's running the sideline medicine for Taroona. And Taroona have won that scrum really nicely. Salter gets the ball out wide. Kazarine with the ball again out to Bird. And really wide to Matt Noble. He gets around the outside. No, he's held. Great support from Bird there to come in. But the cover defence from Glenorchy's good. And Bird finds it out. Oh, the hands are exceptional. Gee. Forward pass in the end there, but some really slick hands from the back line out Taroona.
Charlie, he hasn't gone off. Hey, off or not?
So Rob Holmes is actually not off the field. I'm not sure. Yeah, they need to communicate that to the referee. Unfortunately, without official assistant referees, it's just a little bit tricky for them to communicate to the referee out there.
I don't know what game you guys are watching. You want to take your blue off sometime? You want to take your blue off sometime?
You can hear Jim Hobden down there giving a lecture to the Taroona crowd. Okay, Glenorchy with the scrum win. Michael Lovell has a bit of a run. Someone better grab him, and they don't want to. And he kicks the ball down. Ball bounces awfully for Dewingham, but he manages to regather and find Charlie Holmes on the field. Steps inside with a fend, goes back the other way. Cover defence has got him, and Jordan Eddington able to hang on to that ball. So Charlie Holmes back from having some time off. Taroona no fullback back yet. Dewingham's just now getting back. But we'll come back for the knock-on. So, nice run from Holmes. Holmes the younger. But unfortunately his pass was just a bit high and Eddington had to snatch at that and was unable to hang on.
Is it marked?
So good fend there on Cluck. But Eddington just falls a bit behind him actually. Unable to grab it. Great support play in there, but ball didn't go where it needed to go. So another Glenorchy scrum here. Well, the scrum collapsed on this side here. Just interesting, interesting having a look here at the tactics of number 6 grabbing hold of the arm of the front rower. It's not something you want to see. Chase Scott there needs to not interfere with that player, and you can see the look from Sam Loper at him there. He'd leave his hand alone. And again, unfortunate that we don't have assistant referees who can pay attention and make calls on those things and advise, but we'll keep another eye on that here. Okay, ball's out, Glenorchy win. Pass from Smith doesn't find its home, but Maynard regathers, and he's away. So Smith again to come. No, goes back to the left. Finds his number 8 in Nafahu, but he's taken in a very solid tackle by James Holman. Holman's okay. Lovell with the chip through. Ball sits for Holmes, who gives it a kick, but will come back. Taroona players offside. You hear the call there. So after a very early try within the first 3 minutes to Taroona, Glenorchy have settled and are starting to put some phases together and put the pressure back onto Taroona. They haven't had any opportunities really in their attacking half yet, Glenorchy, so this should give them a chance.
Yeah, I'd rather you ask. If you don't understand what a call was, I'd rather you ask.
So the kick makes about 3 metres from level.
We won't learn.
So discussion there between number 2 for Glenorchy, Andrew Krupp, who was wearing the colours of the Hobart Hutchins Lions last year. Great ball there from Kazarine back inside to Holmes, who's really wants to get amongst it. So it's his first game back in a while. Might be his first game of the year, I think, possibly. Blowfield with a good run through, and his head, a collision there into the legs of the Glenorchy players. And then
all the rights.
Holding on, you can see there Blowfield just shaking his head out after that collision. But you can hear Rogers with the words there, all the rights. Ball comes down, Blowfield goes in and slips the first tackle. It's great work by Mickey Lovell, who got to his feet, got around on side and put his hands on the ball. Excellent work by him. Very strong contender over the ball. And he survived the initial contact, so won his team the penalty. Okay, Glenorchy. So with all the possession in the last 5 minutes, just with the ball inside. So they've won their own line out here, and it's taken there by Chase Scott, I think. Managed to gather that ball. Smith comes out and finds Lovell. Gives it back inside to Nafahu, who's well met in contact. Jumbo Hart comes around and has a good run. Pushes off the tackler, but he's held onto. Bird manages to hang on to Hart, and the ball's dished out. So a bit of a switch behind there. Possible, oh, great tackle in their defence by Eddington. Glenorchy with the loop around there may have found themselves offside. Smith is there on the sideline, but the touch judge is a long way away. And they come away with the try. Just watch back on the replay there. It did look like Smith's foot hit the line, but the record will show otherwise. No, I think that looks pretty good, actually. Second look on the replay. It was good footwork from Josh Smith. And Glenorchy draw level.
Josh, well back, mate.
So while we wait for the kick here from Ty Hart. Taroona put on an early try 3 minutes in, and since then it's been all Glenorchy. Try just then to halfback Josh Smith. A good solid run down the blind. It's a nice looking kick there from Hart too, but just across the face. Very nice technique. So 5 apiece. So Taroona will come back through the kick of Salter. Most likely aim to just put it behind the front row of the Glenorchy defenders here, which will give his chasers in Holman and Eddington and Andreessen a good chance at getting there. And he does so. Gives him a chance, and Holman's the only one who competes. Hart takes a good contact on him and tackles him to the ground. Hart hasn't rolled away there, though. He's got to do better than that. Lucky to get away with it. Slows it down nicely. McConaughey with the run. Runs through the first one, grabbed by the back of the head there and breaks that tackle too. So good bustling run from the Buffalo. Best looking Buffalo in the Southern Hemisphere. But the pass off the bottom of there doesn't go to hands, and it's knocked on at the bottom of the feet by the Taroona players. So just needed this pass to be a little bit higher. Eddington and Garnham there unable to make that stick. So Glenorchy scrum. Smith puts it in. The ball kicks back and it's won by Taroona. Picked up by Watts, who finds Solder. He's got Kazarine outside him and Holmes, but there's no one else there. So Holmes straightens up, which is a good move, and breaks through the first 3 tackles. Finally taken to ground. Needs to be released now. Not sure what's happening, but pass comes very low again. Dished off from Holman to McConaughey. Another great run by him. And Solder gets in again and looks to his right. Bird juggles the ball and knocks it on. So advantage to Glenorchy here. And referee Rogers decides that we'll have it up and we'll play the scrum. So some unsettled hands and passing from Taroona. Really pushing their passes a bit too fast. Just need to be a bit more secure.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but yeah.
Just a question there from Michael Lovell about something I couldn't quite hear that referee doesn't necessarily agree with, so play on.
Bind. Set.
So Smith's going to have to give his platform here a better opportunity if they're going to get out of this defensive end, and does so. But some good pressure in the defence there, but that man, Mick Lovell, don't want to let him slip through the first tackle. So the ball's kicked through, finds Matt Noble, who throws it inside to Kazarine. He's got Blowfield out here and Charlie Holmes, and if they can find some space like that, Kai Searle with a good chase. Ball off the hands of Blowfield. Deemed to go backwards, I think, by the referee. Unable to get to ground there. Well held up by Glenorchy, and it's been stolen. And Holmes has unfortunately gone off his feet there, so ball's won by Glenorchy and then unwinnable at the end there, and so Rogers decides that we'll have a scrum. Great defence there by Glenorchy. So a close affair, 5 apiece. Just past halfway through the first half. See Mick Lovell in the background there. He's got a good kick on him. He'll look to clear this. But a dominating scrum there by Taroona. Very big push there in that scrum. I'll be happy with that. Really making it hard for the Glenorchy team to win their own ball. Just watch the push here again, and Glenorchy just all collapse underneath that, but just need to blow it up to make sure everyone's safe. Another very still day here in Hobart. It's not very warm. Just need to put another jacket on. So Taroona with a great attacking opportunity here. With their dominance, will they attempt for a pushover try? Will Watts hold the ball in at the back? I think so. They can just march this forward. Glenorchy swing it around. Taroona stay straight. Oh, lucky to not be a penalty here, but Kazarine goes really wide to Bird, who cuts it. Noble's out there. He's very fast if he can avoid the first tackle, but nah, it's a good effort out there by the number 21. It's another one of the Lovells, I believe. Robbie Lovell. Ball comes around in the hands of Watts for Taroona. Ball finds Holman, a couple of metres out. Good defence by Glenorchy. They've got to roll away. Let the ball come quickly. Loper with the big run on. Can they stop the big fella? No, they can't. Great timing on the run there from Sammy Loper. And there's something that we haven't heard in a few years' time. A try to Taroona in the hands of Loper. Great work It was really good defence in the lead-up by Glenorchy. They were able to hold them out and just stop Taroona from making much ground. But in the end, the experience and the strength of Loper was too much. So watch, Holman was the first one. Great gang tackle on him. Really well done. Hart got out really quickly into defence. You could see him rushing out there too, but he was drawn out by the defensive player, the attacking player, sorry, of Taroona. And with a guy with the size and skill of Sam Loper with the ball in his hand, they weren't able to stop him. So after Glenorchy really consolidating and dominating field position and possession for the last while, Taroona now are on the front foot. And the kick is good. Salter with a bit of a grimace on his face there. Must be just after that kick. Bit of a niggle somewhere. So good battle so far. Neither team really able to dominate the other, although Taroona's set piece is really putting pressure on Glenorchy. Their scrum particularly is very dominant. And they've disrupted the Glenorchy line out on a few occasions too. It's something that Glenorchy will need to tighten up a little bit. So very flat in the line here, the Glenorchy chasers. Ball comes in, Loper unable to get it, but Holman loves that and he hits it at pace. Goes to ground and Taroona will send it out to McPhail. He straightens up too. Great tackling there by the Glenorchy players, but it's recovered at the ruck and now goes to Watts for another phase. He'll look for a pop here and finds McConaughey, who's been busy with the ball in hand so far. Really strong ball runner. Safe hands. And we'll go for another phase here. So Taroona utilising their backs. I think we've had a knock-on out there. Interesting move with the switching players, but unable to stick. See the ball from Holman coming around to Andreessen and lost it in the tackle. Just that, holding that ball in one hand there under the arm in the chicken wing position. Just not secure enough. Needs to get that up under his armpit in the chest. So good defence from Glenorchy. Taroona made some ground in those phases, but they didn't panic in their defence. So far from this kind of position, we've seen Mick Lovell chip kick a few times. Wonder if that's where he perceives himself now. He's got Kai Searle right behind him. And I wouldn't be surprised if he looks for that little chip again that Searle can run onto. He's got some good speed, Searle. And look, again, Taroona win the scrum. Need some quick hands here from Bird. He steps around Hart, finds Cazarine again, who gets it to Blowfield. So Taroona with a bit of space. Again, some great defence there. That's Theo Hart on the field now for Glenorchy. Fended off by Charlie Holmes. Eddington takes the ball to the right and gets around the first attacker, which was a good move and makes some extra metres for his team. Good counter-rucking there by Glenorchy, but Salter's able to pull it out. Smith grabs onto him and won't let him go. But Smith's really stuck under there and not rolling out of the way. He'd be lucky to get away with it. But Taroona managed to recover the ball. So doing a great job of slowing the ball down at the bottom of the ruck, Glenorchy, so far. And again, Thompson, I think, under there needs to roll, but doesn't. Garnham goes through, falls over onto his back, but places the ball back nicely, and Taroona with another phase. This time they'll go wide. Need to straighten up. Good intent in the running there by Cazarine. And Bird's put into a lovely gap there, but well taken in the last line of defence by Searle. Unfortunately, the feet of the Taroona players push it forward and give Glenorchy a chance to recover and exit their defensive end. Smith gets it back, finds Hart. That's a nice looking kick too. Gets it behind Holmes. No, Holmes takes it. I think Holmes is going to be too fleet-footed here for Theo Hart. Has he got someone outside him? Oh, the pass. But just manages to find the boot of Dewindham without knocking it on. Need to get the ball out quickly again, Taroona. The Glenorchy disrupting the ruck with counter-rucking's been good so far. Oh, the passing again from Solder goes low. So Cluck gets up in the face of Watts. And really didn't get to his feet, so Taroona will regain possession again. Good solid run from Eddington, but taken around the bootlaces there by Glenorchy player. Oh, I'm not sure what Solder was doing, where he was putting that ball, but he's put it forward and it's been won by Cluck from Glenorchy. So what are Glenorchy going to do to get out of here? Hart with the ball. Lovell, that's who you need back there. You need the safe boot of that man. And at least he makes it out. And we'll just give his forward pack a little bit of a rest. So some very busy defence from Glenorchy. It's going to be sapping on them. Be a good test of their fitness. So some conversations going on in there between a couple of Glenorchy players. But good work in the end. Again, Glenorchy's defence didn't panic. And ball comes in and is won by Taroona. So Glenorchy just can't make their set piece work. Bird unable to take that pass. It was a much better pass from Solder. He's done a few low ones, but Bird just didn't get his eyes on that. So Theo Hart comes into the halfback position and then pushes the ball back and finds Dewindham. Blowfield's been really busy. Puts it out in front of Holmes, who steps around one, steps around the other, and then fence. Will he chip? No, good counter. Whoa, jumps over the tackle. He's not allowed to do that. And Michael Lovell knows it. But they get away with it. Eddington. Oh, great fend from Eddington. Ball comes out quickly. I don't know if Taroona have got anyone out wide. Oh, great loop from Kazarine. But the defence out there, Robbie Lovell's defence on Matt Noble has been exceptional. Noble unable to find space, and Taroona will just get the ball. Loper decides to go blind. Goes and goes. He's got it in one hand. Manages to hand that ball off. And Andreessen takes it. Much to the confusion of the Glenorchy players. And
Listen, I didn't see it as something that was too bad. Okay, listen.
It's the rules, sir. You can't jump in a tackle.
Lovell's totally right here.
How did he jump?
Lovell is entirely correct.
Yeah, see? He's laughing and nodding.
Lovell is correct. The law is you may not jump into a tackle.
Come here.
I'm interested to hear what Rogers has to say because he's got this wrong.
No, you're not. You're having a go at me, okay? Now, I may have got it wrong, okay? It was partially obscured, okay?
That's why I just said...
No, you didn't talk to me like that, okay? You talked down to me. No, the way you talked to me wasn't us.
Lovell just needs to shut up and walk back.
Now, I may have got it wrong, okay? I was partially obscured, okay? I'm sorry. It's probably the only thing I've got wrong in the game, okay?
It's unfortunate though, I think Lovell's got a point. It's something I can talk about in the wash-up. So, excellent work in there, and after all that, I probably don't have a replay to show you, sorry, but great work from Sam Loper with the ball in one hand to offload that to Leon Andreessen to score the try. Pressing the wrong button again. Oh. There we go, 17-5. Kick goes, and it's close. Just short. So great work to our cameraman and stream supplier, Duff TV, getting this mic on the referee, being able to hear what's going on out there, particularly I think for all you guys out in YouTube land, is going to be exceptional. It's going to make the replay watching for teams more valuable as well, and it makes it a good tool for everybody. So just I guess we need to shout out to the referee, to Grant Rogers too, for accepting the last minute opportunity to have the mic on. I think it's added something to this game. Great kick-off, and Cluck's all over that. He might score. No, he hits the tackle of Eddington and is taken down. Really brilliantly read there by Sammy Cluck. And he goes through, and Glenorchy now have a really good attacking opportunity here. I think we're looking at Theo Hart now has come into half-back. He's out on the wing for a little bit, and the ball gets out there to the hands of Lovell. Oh, good hit there from the Taroona defender in Blowfield. But Mick Lovell runs back around. He's getting very close to the line. We're now 5 metres out. Hart comes in. I think Smith has now come out to the wing. It's a much better defensive matchup against Charlie Holmes. Theo Hart's not going to have the pace to keep up with Holmes, whereas Josh Smith definitely does. Glenorchy with the ball. They go left. Nice pass there from Hart. Finds his target. And Scott comes back in again. Oh, Lovell juggles it. He'll hang on to it. But taken in a great tackle by Watts. Pops it back out. Finds Williams, who's taken down again. So Taroona defence is working well. Got to stay on side. I think it's been turned over there at the ruck by Watts. So the defence is good. Salter goes onto his left foot and gives a bit of a kick and finds touch to give a little bit of a breather from the defence. Referee looks at his watch. We've still got 5 to go. I won't mind the line out, Taroona. And yeah, good quick throw is a great idea. The Taroona have been on top in the line out. They're to now release Clark and let Glenorchy play the ball. So Hart with the ball. Puts it out in front of Lovell. He finds Ty Hart, who has a good step there. Draws a tackler, finds Williams. Searles entered the line. Oh, he's got a good pass out in front of Robbie Lovell, but Lovell's unable to take it. And the ball ends up being regathered by Taroona through Ollie Bird. So lucky there. If Lovell had got his hands on that, he had a 15 metres of open ground in front of him and he might have scored. Salter with a nice kick over the top there. No deep fullback, but Mick Lovell's back. He'll have a go. Will he get caught? No, he's running across field. Someone will take him, and that's Eddington. He's been really good defensively, the second rower. Now, Glenorchy have got a few forwards in there, but no back line. They've got Sam Cluck out here on the wing in front of us and no one else. So they now get a few people out here. And Taroona have got a solid defensive line. There's no one back deep out here on the wing, though. Charlie Holmes is up very shallow. So a chip behind here on the near side to the camera for Glenorchy would be a really good attacking opportunity, but it gets messed up, and I think Taroona slowing it down. Ball comes out, Hart finds it, Lovell finds it, gives it back inside to Searle. That's a knock-on and an offside player. Lovell very lucky there, is in front of that man who knocked that ball on.
No, not more ball.
One of those tricky situations there when there's a knock-on and the ball carries forward into the hands of someone in front of that player. Certainly Lovell, I think, had no option really but to catch it. Just fell into his hands.
Right. Catch. Bind. Set.
So Taroona with an easy scrum win. Watts takes it off the back, and Glenorchy are not watching. Pass just managed to be caught by Salter. Watts just needed to hand that off a little bit quicker, I think, to give Salter some space. The chip through by Kazarine off the right foot, his non-preferred foot, ends up finding touch. And again, if Taroona can get in there and set this line out, they've got a good chance of winning it. Glenorchy need to find something different.
That's all right,
So the touch judge over there is just getting some advice as to how to deal with this. Put your flag up and point your hand in the direction of the team who wins the ball. But everyone knows what's going on. So Hart with the throw. Won by Glenorchy. Another Hart. So we've got 3 of them out there. Smothered by Watts. Falls in the hands of one of the Lovells. So lots of namesakes out there on the Glenorchy side. So Theo Hart with the left foot chip over there and touched by...
Come on, JT, get your ball back out, man. Doesn't matter. If it's charged, everything's onside. Oh, JT, go open your book up. Go open your ball up, man.
Good interaction there from the referee with someone on the sideline who apparently knows more.
Maul! It's a maul!
We love those things. And the mic's awesome. So, well done to Rogers.
It's a maul. Okay?
So, it's a maul. That means that the team who took the ball in loses it.
Listen.
And he's right.
I've explained this many times. Just because on TV and you get your knee to the ground doesn't mean they have to let you go. It's a fucking maul, okay? One player from either side around the ball carrier. Right? It's a maul. Blue.
Well said.
What?
Just because it's on the TV. So getting a little bit frustrated there, Rogers, and rightly so, when everyone's yelling at him, telling him what to do. As soon as it's a maul, you do not have to release the player when his knee hits the ground, and that's the point he's trying to make. And he might have been making that point to the sideline crowd as much as he is the... Oh, great little hold and carry there by Noble and good support play. Are they going to find... Oh, Noble again! Oh, good effort. Great tackle there by Mickey Lovell. If he didn't make that tackle stick, I think the Taroona were in. Solder taking the ball down, puts it back, and Kazarine comes into half-back. Finds Eddington, who's had a really good half of rugby. Lays it back, and Watts comes in to take it. Great tackle there from Ty Hart on the first position. Great body height, great strength in his legs. Oh, and Andreessen has a paddock in front of him. Great effort from Mick Lovell to get in there and try and prevent that try, but Andreessen's over for his second. So Taroona with the ascendancy. And just able to, through consistency and persistency, get that ball over in the hands of Andreessen. Some really good phase work in the lead up there. It's a great tackle by Ty Hart. This one right here. Gets his body height low, shoulder in the right place, head on the right side. Watts is unable to go anywhere, but look at you can throw a blanket over 8 of the Glenorchy players there. And the Taroona line was all out wide. Just have another look at that. The defence, these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And Taroona set wider than them. Really didn't have their heads up and not working hard enough to get their defence spread there. Glenorchy was all too easy for Andreessen, who probably had 3 players outside him as well. So Salter with the kick, and it's good. And there's our half-time. And there's me pushing the wrong score again. So Taroona with a very comfortable 24-5 lead. Glenorchy had a good patch of play for about 10 minutes early in the first half where they dominated possession and in the end were able to score through a slick little run down the sideline by Josh Smith, who was playing out of halfback. But after that, it's been all Taroona. So they've come back and scored 3 unanswered tries in the wash-up. From there, we'll see you back here for the start of the next half. All right, second half about to resume here. Glenorchy with a kick. So Lovell kicks, wobbly one that finds James Holman, who loves fielding kicks. Oh, he loves the run up there too. Gives now Fahu a good shove, and then the kick comes down but it's out on the full. So it'll come back from the boot of Salter, and Glenorchy will have a line out in a nice attacking position. Well, that throw from Hart. Cluck gets his hands on it. Theo Hart to Lovell to Ty Hart. And gives it to Williams, who's taken into contact and tackled well. Garnham doesn't get it. He's got to make sure he gets back off. We've got offside play here from Taroona. Really obviously offside. It's just lazy work there from McConaughey and Eddington. Need to get back right behind the back of the ruck from their side, and they just weren't doing so. So Glenorchy have got a good opportunity here. We'll come back, no advantage. Lovell takes a quick tap, steps McPhail, goes back and finds Eddington. McPhail nearly gets his hands on it, but taken off nicely there by Chase Scott. So ball comes out again. Hasty held up to start with, but manages to find his way to ground, and Glenorchy will swing it back to the right. Hart passes to Hart, to Lovell, to Cluck. Comes out to Williams, who's been busy, but he's been well taken in defence out there. So good tackling by Kazarine and Blowfield. He's a big player out there playing at 13, and they've stopped him in his tracks a few times. So Hart takes it in. That's Jumbo Hart. And the ball's out and Salter's onto it. And Taroona should counter-arc. Chase Scott there falls in from offside. Very lucky. Chase Scott there coming in offside as that ball goes in.
Right, they're both on the ball. One from each team, they're both on it.
Cockatoos have something to say. So good disruption at the ruck there from Taroona. Able to turn that ball over there. Salter was quickly onto it, and between he and his opposite halfback now, Theo Hart, they were able to have a bit of a battle, but Taroona driving forward in that situation, so they're the ones with the scrum. Okay, Salter taps Watts and they go right. Bird bounces off one. Oh, looks for the offload, which wasn't really necessary, and the tackle from Lovell was too good. It goes forward. A little bit of exasperation already. We've only just started the second half, and everyone's already trying to tell the referee what to do.
Crush! Boys!
So, going to be a substitution soon on the sideline for Glenorchy. We're going to see, not sure who it is coming on. Taylor Leonard, I think, will come on. Not sure who's up for. And Glenorchy, ball goes in. I'm not sure what the referee's going to decide here. We'll find out. So Glenorchy will have another go. Like in that last one, Taroona really dominated these scrums, so, and Glenorchy just collapsing on this side here. Oh dear. Quick tap from Lovell and he goes. So good running. I need to tackle him lower there. Watts goes a little bit high. Glenorchy with some good moving ahead. Ball comes out to Jumbo Hart. Good work, but throws it back and doesn't find anyone except a Taroona player in McPhail. So Jewindham takes it into contact, and Taroona will have an attempt to get out of their half. But don't manage it, hit the ground and drop the ball forward. Let's go back to this scrum here where Glenorchy really lost it on this side. But Salter was all over Hart too early. So the wide view here, very deep attacking line from Glenorchy. Good runners in their centres, but the defence so far of Taroona's been up to it. Haven't seen any line breaks from Hart, although Williams has had a couple of good runs. So ball comes back for Glenorchy. Hart can't quite find it, and Salter's all over that, but taken off it in the end. Had his hands on it, but not for long enough. So Lovell to Hart. Hart hits it up, breaks the first tackle, but is taken by the second line of defence. And ball's been stolen in there somehow by Bird, who manages to rip it to ground. And Salter, he's going to kick over. There's no one back there. Lovell and Leonard get back, and the ball bounces nicely for Lovell. And he gets past one, gets past Noble. Great, solid run. Ball taken out there. Great run from Lovell, though. He really put some pressure on there, and Jewindham came across and put his head in an awful position in the attempt to tackle. So Taroona lucky there, now with the line out. Ball goes back to Holman, goes pretty much straight to him. James Holman not very happy with that, but ball was pretty much thrown straight to him in the line. Normally the ball comes off Taroona and gives Glenorchy another go. Generally the adjudication with the line is the throw's crooked if it goes to the outside shoulder of the jumping players. And that, beautiful jump there from McPhail. Glenorchy really got trouble there. Kick finds Leonard. Can he take it? No. Oh, look out. Who's onto it? He's offside, that player. And...
No, I've done my hammy.
Oh, dear.
Came off a black foot, came forward.
Came off a black foot, came forward is the call, and that makes it a penalty to Taroona.
No, I am.
But Rogers...
No, it's offside. No, just...
Maybe some pickle juice. So I'm going to stop our clock here with half an hour to go. The referee unfortunately has an injury, and I'm not sure if there's anyone else around in a position to take over. Said it earlier today during the women's match, if you're sitting at home and you're reasonably fit and healthy and have some rugby knowledge, sign up as a rugby official. We need referees, we need qualified assistant referees around the grounds. We're really struggling at the moment, and people like Grant who are out here who would like to have retired, and you can see Jimmy Hobden's out there helping him. He's also an injured referee who can't do it anymore. Sean Kelly is also walking out there, and he's also in the same situation, a referee who can't do it anymore. We need some fit people out here to do it, and we're really struggling to find officials. So please, if you ever thought maybe refereeing's for you, now is the time. We've got level one courses coming up soon in June very soon, in fact. And you can do also the introductory courses online, and they'll be well worth doing. So please, if you think you might have it in you, put your hand up now. Okay, he's moving a little bit. I hope he's okay. So you can see here Jimmy Hobden with the East hat, I think, walking towards us. And that's Sean, both of whom have done some refereeing this year, but can't, so just that hamstring.
Taylor, swap with Josh. You go to the wing, Josh go to the back.
I think they're actually swapping over here, and Sean is going to take over in his jeans. So thank you so much, Sean, for stepping in here. We're going to lose our referee, Mike, but more important that we actually get the game to continue. It will be a tragedy if we lose Grant any longer, so I think it's much better for him to get off and not aggravate anything, because we need his officiating as the season progresses. So we've got a penalty here to Taroona, and the tap's on. We're away. So not so sure that was very fair. Need to wait at least, I think, for a whistle.
Not under 12s.
And you can hear the very wise words there of Jeff Tonks, the Glenorchy coach. Apparently it's not under 12s. So Salter instead will kick for touch. And doesn't even go close to making it. So the big hands of Sammy Cluck grab it, but the kick there hits Dewington and he gathers it nicely, and he's at top speed. Oh, nice little tackle in there too. So ball comes out. Taroona shovel it to the left-hand side. We've got players coming around from the side, not through the gate. So Glenorchy win the penalty. Good call there from the referee. You can just see there he is there. McPhail coming around the side, not through the back. He's just holding on too close there. So Glenorchy line out here from the kick, from the penalty kick. And won by Taroona. Though the ball bounces back and ends up taken by Hart. So Glenorchy are up and about. Throw over the top there looking for someone. Well taken in the end by Lovell at the contest there against Watts. Taroona need to keep their hands out of the ruck there. Oh, Hart with the big dummy, but doesn't sell anybody. And somehow taken by Eddington. Gives it off to Andreessen, who's already scored a couple. Gives it off to the back line, and Bird will dive over. No, he won't. He'll slide over. So, I'm not sure what happened in the turnover back here. Somehow, Jordan Eddington's managed to fish that ball out of the ruck. And the hands of Sam Lowe in there were not good. Ball came out. It's this phase here. Hart takes it in. Goes, and James Holman with the hands on the bottom there, rakes it back. Not so sure about the legalities of that, but given that he was the only Taroona player there and the first man there, he does have a right to play at the ball. But, so Glenorchy will be disappointed there. That was really against the run. They're doing well. And Taroona, all it took was that one little turnover. And they're another 5 points ahead. They were lined up on the outside. At the end there, Andreessen had 4 players outside him, and Robbie Lovell was the only one defending them. And Taroona had numbers 11, 12 and 13 who could have scored that. In the end, it was number 12, and the kick from Salter is good. So a bit of disappointment there to Glenorchy. Just going further behind. And they're not playing badly. There's, you know, that they're really making really good movements in their rucking and their ball possession. But again, there was just sort of a smart move by James Holman to be able to rake that ball back as it bobbled out from Hart on the ground. And it happened to fall in the right place for Jordan Eddington. Okay, Lovell with the kick. He goes long this time and finds Watts. Watts gives it off to Salter, and they decide to go to the middle of the field and find the left boot of Kazarine. He puts a nice kick down, but it doesn't beat Josh Smith. And Smith decides, I'll put it straight back. And Salter's there. So Salter now will go for the touchline, and it's a nice kick, taking the ball onto the front of our van. And line out there marked at the 10-metre line. So Glenorchy with an attacking opportunity off their line out. Krupp's now throwing the ball in. They've really struggled with their line out, Glenorchy. So they'll go to the front. No, they go to number 4, but miss. And the ball's taken back there by Thompson, who dishes it off. And a good run around the outside by Lovell, but he's taken down by Jewindham. His defence in the back end there has been really exceptional over the last 2 weeks, Jewindham. And a good run here by the number 24 who's just come on, Graham Teal. Ball comes out to Lovell, and he finds that man Krupp. Back to Lovell again, and he finds Hart. He's got Smith on the outside, but cuts it out to Lovell, who steps inside, taking in an excellent tackle by Andreessen, and then rolls the ball forward. But it's deemed there that Matt Noble is holding on the ground. So it was a good tackle by Andreessen there, and Lovell's rolled that ball forward. We really should be seeing a scrum, but we end up with a penalty to Glenorchy, and I need to cut back to that because they're right over the line. But driven back into the field of play. This is should be an easy option here. Lovell goes through and scores. Well, some luck has fallen Glenorchy's way in that situation, so well done for taking the opportunity there. The knock-on from Lovell at the bottom of the ruck when he was tackled by Andreessen. Not quite spotted by the referee. It's definitely on the wrong side and would have been hard to see. And great work then to Glenorchy to be able to pick that ball up, make a few phases, and through the very steady and experienced hands of Mickey Lovell have managed to put one over. So good comeback. .15 minutes into the second half. Ty Hart with the kick from way out wide. And in he goes. It's a good straight kick. Has he got the distance? He has. Great kick from Hart. Well, I love that. Certainly didn't hear the cheering that we heard from the Roosters game last night or from the women's earlier. The Glenorchy crowd, though, generally like to hang out on the opposite side of the field. You see them as the camera pans around over on the fence on the other side. Usually the ex-players from Glenorchy like to stand out on that side. There's a few familiar faces over there. JT. It's Freddie Sheedy, I think, out there too. And the ball's now back in the hands of their beloved Stags. Great run around there by, that's Chris Russell. The nice hit up. And Glenorchy maintain possession and run another phase. Make a good few metres there, putting their players on the front foot, but Taroona are back and the ball comes out slowly. So Russell again with another hit up. Yep, Salter needed to just give the ball over there. That was really stupid play. He had his whole team telling him to give it, and he decided not to. Just that extra 10 metres makes a big difference. Where Glenorchy now have a line out 10 metres out, they could have been a line out 20 metres out. It's a bit of a different ball game when you've got to run that far. So, good win though in the line out there to Taroona, and Salter chips it through. Ball hits the deck. Robbie Lovell grabs it. He's had a good game so far, Lovell, and hit in a very nice tackle from James Holman, but he's tough, he won't mind. Mickey Lovell dishes off to Ty Hart, who runs across field, but he's hard to take when he runs across. Unfortunately, his winger out there in Leonard, he's a bit flat, and we're going to come back and see a penalty, I think, for some offside play maybe in the middle. So Taroona now with the ill discipline and making penalties everywhere. Lovell again with the kick to the line, makes about 15 metres. They need to win their own line-out ball here, though. So, ball goes to the back. Scott taps it down. Oh, lovely dummy there. But the defence of Blowfield's too good. Lovell gets around and Smith then ducks back. Needs to be careful running back behind his own teammates, but no disruption on the play. And good rucking from the Stags. So, tails up. The Stags even put their tails up? I don't think so. Antlers up. McPhail gets up quickly on Hart and shuts him down. Oh, there's a forward pass out there by the look of it to Leonard. Yeah, you can hear the complaints from the sideline. I don't think that ever went backwards out of the hands. It's a nice looping pass though. Just went forwards out of the hands. Slow reset here for the scrum. Taroona with the feed. See Ryan Ford in the background there for Glenorchy. He's a very recent operation. He just may have even just come out yesterday. Oh, it's just a really not a very great play there. The running lines from the Taroona backs were not good. No defenders anywhere near them even to make it worth doing. So the knock-on comes off the chest of Charlie Holmes. And Glenorchy will have a great opportunity here, right 25 metres out with an attacking scrum. I think Nelly Naufahu there just holding his hand. So Glenorchy really had their tails up. They can't quite crack it through the defence of Taroona, but they're really putting the pressure on here. So you watch Michael Lovell in this situation, is a very dangerous player, and he'll make a good decision. That's something that he does pretty much without fail. But Good push there from the Taroona scrum, but Lovell takes it in an attacking position, finds a gap, but he can't make it through Blowfield, whose defence has been exceptional. And Taroona's all over that, no, but it's told to let go. And we've got Krupp with the ball. Now Fahu takes it around the blind, pick and drive. And then Hart pops it out to Scott, to Lovell, to Hart on the ground with a knock on there. Not seen by the referee. Okay, we'll play on. Must have been backwards off his hands. And through we come. Now Fahu again, taken by Bird in the tackle. Low tackles around the legs, just taking the Glenorchy players to ground. Good ball back to Lovell, who finds Robbie Lovell out wide, but we're coming back here for penalty. This must have been from a number of phases ago for the Taroona player, I think, grabbing hold of the ball on the ground. It was quite a few phases back here. Even more phases back than I can show on a replay. So Glenorchy with the ball again in an attacking position, putting the pressure on. And the ball comes all the way to the back to Naufar, who's taken to ground, but well taken at the line out. They're going for the wide ball here, looking for Smith, who can't take it. Neither can Blowfield, and they'll come back. So they were aiming for that ball to get out there to Smith in space from the word go. You could hear them on the talk even from the sideline for that one. But when all your backs are just running sideways and dishing the ball across, it makes it pretty easy for the defence to get up quickly. So you can see Lovell running sideways and backwards, Hart running across the field. Williams straightened up a little bit, which was what was needed, but Smith was well covered and the pass didn't go where it needed to go. So Taroona will be looking to exit. Through the boot of Kazarine, most likely. Big left boot, goes for the torp and doesn't quite get onto it, but the ball rolls nicely. Smith covers it easily, and he looks for the chip down. That's a nice kick, but again covered back there by Salter. Takes it out of the 22, chips himself. Will he find it? Oh, he does find it too. And the little pop to Watts. They need to hang on to it now. Oh, great counter-rucking there by Chase Scott from Glenorchy. Ball comes to ground here. Scott really doesn't roll away though, and finally, Lovell doesn't roll away. And there was some kind of little knock on at the base. So there's lots of words happening out here. Not sure what's going on. Just got an injury in the background. Graham Teal back there, he's looking in some discomfort. Being attended to. So good counter-rucking there from Glenorchy. Okay, they're going to need to get a couple of people out there. I don't think the Glenorchy bench is paying any attention. And now they're finally having a look. Holly Bird from Taroona's gone over to start to give a hand to the guy they call the G-Man, I believe, who they're going to help off the field. So nice work over there, Ollie. The G-Man's going to limp off. So we'll see Andrew Krupp, who's only had a few minutes to have a rest, come back on. He's played well. The ex-Lion. Remember commentating a game last year, and he was described as a bit of a cult hero out there. But he's certainly been a quiet out here today at Glenorchy. Not quite the character that he was in the game that we saw here last year. So Glenorchy with the scrum. They've been way more settled and able to retain their own ball. And the ball comes to the back into the hands of Hart. He's had a great game since he's had to come on into halfback. And look at that. Mickey Lovell just runs through way too easily. Way too easily. Luckily, the ankle tap there from Jordan Eddington takes him to ground. And Taroona are able to get the rest of their team back in defence. Great run from Lovell. Nobody wanted him. And gee, he finds the gap effectively. So Glenorchy shovel right. Nice contact in there between Williams and McConaughey. And again, they pick and drive, and they're making good metres here. It's the kind of rugby where you're going to catch your opposition defenders off guard. And there's a big yell to come out to the left here. And they do eventually, but Taroona with the hands in the bottom of that ruck knock it forward, and there's either a scrum here or a line out to Glenorchy. See Cody Hall there, the new player on the field for Taroona. I can tell you what it is. No, we've got here a Glenorchy ball. So Jack Wakefield, new man on the field to throw it in. Can Glenorchy bring this ball down? Their lineouts have been good too. Their set piece has been way better in this latter part of the game. They go to the back. Holman will jump in front. No, it's not very straight. And knocked on by Glenorchy. So Taroona will exit. Solder with a nice kick. And takes the ball out.
Let's go, defensive line, let's go. On me, boy.
So Glenorchy with possession again. All Taroona can do is kick and then defend. So James Holman wins the line out there, but we're really well read by Chase Scott. Gets onto that ball and dishes it off to his teammate. Salter's having another whinge at the referee. Meanwhile, Glenorchy run it out wide. Hart with some space. Gets around one, gets around two. Finds Leonard on the outside, who runs into good, solid contact, but he's been held up here. And if he can't get that ball back, Taroona will end up with the scrum. And that's going to collapse and taken in by Glenorchy. So Taroona's ball. Good defence again out there. Great running by Ty Hart to get around. He got around Blowfield, he got around Holmes, but then the pass off to Leonard, and Leonard came back in and wasn't able to get himself to ground. Just watch that again. It was really great running from Hart. Again, they're just coming so far across field, but he was nice and wide and being able to take the ball and step around Blowfield. Also got around Holmes here. Holmes put the pressure on and continued the chase. But this here, so Bird and Blowfield strong in their defence and managed to hold up Leonard out there and win the ball back. But again, Taroona are deep in a defensive position, so what are they going to do? How are they going to escape from here? Another substitution. You see Aidan Fenny had a ripper of a game last night for the Taroona reserves against Easts. He's now come on. I think he's come around onto the blind side flank. Leon Andreessen is the player who's come off. So Taroona. Ball comes to the back, goes to Kazarine. Oh, they decide to run it wide. No, the left foot of Blowfield, who just kicks it straight down the throat of Smith in the middle of the field. Smith decides to run it, steps one way, steps the other. Noah Kazarine pretends that Chase Scott's blocking him, but really doesn't make a good attempt at tackling. I don't know how that ball's come back this way, but somehow Taroona have retrieved it out of there. Cody Hall takes it, gives it to Blowfield. Great contact and excellent tackle by Lovell. Okay, Watts on the side. Oh, well taken. Lovell's had a great game. They'll take him, a bit high around the neck there. Tackle was originally low and slipped up a little bit. Unlucky, I think, there. That tackle definitely slipped up a bit onto Lovell, who really took that ball well. The early hit was sort of okay, but Hall's released, but contact was there. And Glenorchy continuing with their set-piece dominance now. Lovell just gets tripped by Holmes, and I'll tell you what, he's dangerous now. No one wants to tackle him. Oh, and a high tackle there by Holmes over the shoulder of Lovell. Great counter-ruck by Taroona, but they'll come back for the penalty. No. Okay, Glenorchy get another shot at it here. Still got possession, still playing penalty advantage. Interesting kick there. Great kick from Theo Hart. Robbie Lovell picks up the ball, but he drops it short of the line. Oh dear. Great effort. It was an excellent kick by Hart, but no, the try's not scored, and I don't think Glenorchy have realised. Certainly been knocked on at the bottom there by Lovell. So we'll come back for the high tackle on the other side of the field. The referee's going to have a discussion with Holmes about it.
I've seen everything now.
Oh, I think Holmes has been given a yellow card for the tackle. Oh, they've actually awarded the try. Okay, I thought that the ball was dropped there by Lovell. He must have been over the line. So Lovell takes this ball here. No, he drops it forward, and then it taken by Cluck. So deemed to fall backwards. I think he's sigh of relief there, but well-deserved. Well-deserved try to Glenorchy. They've had all the possession, all the attacking position. I think they're a bit surprised, actually, the Taroona players over there, that that was awarded. That was great work by Theo Hart to spot that up out there. The kick's good. And the referee calls the game out. It's very short. They mustn't have stopped the clock for all of that time while Rogers was injured, the referee. And the time that it took there, because we were very, very short on the clock here, only 34 minutes in. And there's some certainly questions, yeah. Glenorchy manager questioning that too. But game's over. So Glenorchy with their tails up at the end there, unfortunately thwarted by the clock. So in the end, a comfortable 12-point win to Taroona on the scoreboard, but the second half, the game was a half of two halves. I think Taroona put on a few tries, and then in the end, Glenorchy really hit their straps, and their set piece started to perform and give them options, which they didn't have in the first half. So.
What comp are we in? No, I got my timings from Grant, so that's...
Oh! What, you got your timings wrong?
Oh, okay, so what?
What do you mean, so what? That's fucking awful. So what? Oh my God. You're the director of this competition. So what?
Unfortunately, I don't think anything but a win will make Jeff Tonks happy, but you can hear the tirade coming from there. I think there's sort of some fairness in response that the game's been stopped very short, but the clock that ran was the clock that came from the original referee, which wouldn't have been stopped during the stoppage for the referee. So that's why we've ended up a bit short, but that can't be helped because we can't magically reproduce those minutes. So Taroona with the win. And a sort of controversial finish. But they'll be happy. Glenorchy won't. Well, that's it for our 5th round in the Tasmanian Rugby Union. Good win to Taroona there. Just hanging on really to a fast finish in Glenorchy. Not sure, you know, another 5 minutes on the clock or 6 minutes, and Glenorchy may have been able to overrun them. Taroona certainly, you know, had the legs there and the fitness was looking fine. Glenorchy had quite a few substitutions and injuries, but they had their tails up, and that's Glenorchy's never say die attitude. You cannot afford to get complacent, and you can't afford to slow down towards the end of the game, because they always come through with a fast finish and a strong finish, and there's a lot of passion in those players. So great effort from them. Shame that they didn't get the opportunity to finish that off, but such is the way it happens when we have a injured referee. And we'll leave it there. So we'll see you next week for the Duff TV stream of the Tasmanian Rugby Union.